Center.
My phone buzzed 3 days before my wedding. A text from my cousin. You have to see what your sister is wearing to your wedding. The photo loaded, and my stomach dropped so fast I actually had to grip the edge of the kitchen counter. It was pure white, floor-length, strapless, with crystals and gold beading running down the bodice and a full cathedral train. My sister Victoria was planning to wear a wedding dress to my wedding, because of course she would. This was classic Victoria. She'd spent our entire lives copying everything I did, always making sure hers was bigger and better. I walked into the living room on shaky legs where my fiancé Noah was watching TV, and just held my phone out to him without saying a word. He took it from my hand, looked at the screen, and his entire face went from relaxed to horrified in about 2 seconds. She absolutely would. I sat down hard on the couch, trying to think of what to do. That's when I noticed what Noah had been watching. Some slasher film with teenagers running through the woods covered in fake blood, and the idea hit me. We spent the next 3 days texting every single guest about the surprise change. Horror movie theme. Come as your favorite scary character. My mother's side loves Halloween, so within an hour, my phone was exploding with costume photos. Every time a new costume photo came through, I couldn't stop grinning. Victoria was going to walk into a nightmare. The night before the wedding, I was still coordinating details, pacing around my apartment while texting my cousin about where to position her kids with the silly string, and confirming Noah knew exactly when to walk up with his Bride of Chucky on. When I finally put my phone down and crawled into bed around midnight, I fell asleep with a huge smile on my face, imagining Victoria's face when she walked in. On the wedding day, I stood at the back in my white dress with zombie makeup covering half my face. I kept glancing at the entrance every few seconds, scanning the arriving guests. Sarah sat in her Carrie costume with fake blood dripping down. Marcus's brother had a red balloon tied to his wrist. Even my grandmother wore vampire fangs and kept fake biting people as they walked by. Finally, during the reception, the doors swung open and Victoria walked in. She took 2 steps inside and completely froze, her entire body going rigid. I watched her eyes scan the room of monsters, her face going from confident to confused. Her white wedding dress caught the lights like a spotlight. I gave a small nod to my cousin's kids who I'd stationed by the door with red silly string. They aimed and fired, covering Victoria's white dress in streaks of red. She screamed and stumbled backward, her hands frantically swiping at the red coating her crystal beading, smearing it worse across the white fabric. Everyone in the room slowly turned to look at her. That's when Noah appeared, right on cue, walking straight across the dance floor toward her with the biggest smile I'd ever seen on his face. Oh wow, Victoria, did you dress up as the Bride of Chucky? That's so creative, and the kids adding the blood effects is perfect. I watched Victoria's face cycle through confusion, then realization, then pure horror. Her mouth opened and closed like she was trying to speak, but couldn't form words. She looked around at our friends and their fake wounds and plastic fangs, then down at her thousands of dollars dress now covered in red silly string. This isn't, her voice came out shaky, and her face was turning bright red. She looked straight at me across the room, and I saw the exact moment she realized I'd planned this. Her eyes went wide and filled with tears. Then she grabbed her mother's arm and practically sprinted for the exit. When the door slammed, the room erupted in laughter. She's never tried to steal my moment. My phone buzzed 3 days before